this one and let me check. Okay, till here we are done, right? So what he is doing actually, the release 7th. Okay, again 100 test cases. So we are having some failed in the previous build, which is 10. So 110 and 70 pass in the 110 and 40 fail in the 110. Okay, and how many retest? Same thing, the failed one. Okay, so 360 plus 80. Okay, 80 is nothing but we are picking from the release 6. Okay, it become 440. Okay, good. Okay, then again 110, 140, 110. Yeah, I think you are doing good. Fine. Yeah, this is how like I'm expecting the people. I think you also written the same thing, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
Yes,
exactly
sir.
right. I think
Yes,
now
sir.
you understand, right? The difference between retesting and regression testing.
Yes, sir. Understood.
Yeah, retesting is nothing but we do only for the failed one. Okay. Regression is nothing but on the every new build, we are checking the previous build features also. Why? Because I told you right yesterday, whenever we are adding a new feature, there is a chance of disturbing the existing features by the developer. Okay. To verify that one, we have to see here how many test cases we are executing in the last build. On the 10th release, we are executing the 780 test cases. Only 220 test cases are we are not executing, which means those are comes under low priority test cases. Okay, low or medium, whatever it is. Those are we are not checking. Apart from that one, we are checking everything. So which means like we were not supposed to think like we are supposed to test only 100 test cases for the release 10. It's not every time it will increase. Every time it will increase. So which means at the end of the project, the pressure is more. Now you understand, right? At the end of the project, the pressure is more comparatively with the first release. First release, you're having very less test cases to execute. Okay. Second release, third. So which means now you may be having the question, sir, in the first release, we are having a team size of 2 or 3 team size. At the end also, team size is 3 only. It won't increase also. Remember, your team size will be the same number, even though you have to execute these many test cases, which means as you are getting experienced on the project, right, you can execute the test cases very faster. You understand, right, what I'm telling? When you are getting the more experience, right, you will execute the test cases very fast. See, for suppose on the first release, if it is taking for you to execute a one single test case, it is 10 minutes, right? But on the fourth release, right, it will take only 2 to 3 minutes. Why? Because you know how the application is going to be behave. So that's why our knowledge will increase. At the same time, we test very fastly. That's how
Sir,
normally.
sir,
Yeah, please.
why we will not do retest in the first release only? Because
Good question. See, on the first release, 100 test cases are there. Okay,
mm,
90 pass, 10 failure. Okay,
okay,
so retest will be done on the second release only. Why? Because these 10 test cases are fixed. They are fixing the 10 test cases, but how they will give the application to you in the another release, right?
okay.
That's the reason
Um,
that
okay,
another release
means
is
in another release they will give the fix and they will give in another release, in not
ah
that release.
perfect, perfect,
Okay.
perfect.
And one more doubt, sir. Yesterday
Yeah,
I went to an interview. So,
okay.
the ma'am asked about the write the test cases. How you will write the test cases? If I will tell to log in with alphanumeric with from 10 to 20 20, she asked the question like that. From it should be in the length of 10 to 20, between 10 to 20. So how
Hmm.
you will write the test case? She told.
I
So
think we
I
discussed.
yes, but I did not attend that class.
Get
So
the recordings. Yeah, you tell what you gave the answer.
so I told him. So she did not ask to test kit. I did. She did not ask not everything. Why? How you will write? So
Mhm.
I told her that I will log into the first open the browser, login user in username. we used to type that or type letters and alphanumeric. It should accept like that. I told all the sheets. It should accept between 10 to 20, between 10 to 20 only. If it accepts any more than 20 or below 10, it should not. That test should be not executed. Like that, I told.
I'll come to you. See, in that case, what we have to do it is, she's clearly mentioned that minimum is 10, maximum
Hmm.
is 20. Okay.
Yes.
First, we have to go with a valid scenario, which is create the like a login. Okay, with
Hmm.
the between 10 to 20. Okay,
Hmm.
that is the one test
It's
case.
a alphanumeric. It's
Yeah,
so how we
even
will.
you can give right. Alphanumeric is nothing but she's expecting for suppose like the username is Santosh123. That is
Hmm.
alphanumeric. That's it.
Yeah.
Hmm.
How we will mention in the test case, sir?
You can mention provide the username with alphanumeric example like this
Ah,
Santosh123.
okay.
That's it. In
That's it.
general,
We can use only that. If she tell that how you will write the test case means, I can tell that simple. That much only.
simple that much only. There is no rocket science in the test case.
I no need to tell the executor means. I have doubts in
You,
the
you,
in
you
that,
you
sir.
are you are clearly mentioned right. So in the test case,
Uh,
what we have to do it is okay. Enter the username
hmm.
with alpha
Numeric
numeric. Okay.
between 10 to 20.
Uh, this is a valid scenario. So
Uh,
example you are giving like a Santosh 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the
how
one
we
test
will
case.
tell how we will tell about the 10 to 20 between 10 to 20 only.
That is the next test case.
Okay, that will be next test
That is
case.
here how many it is there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9,
8, 9,
10,
10,
11.
11. Okay.
The next test case it is that is
Mm.
different test case. So in the next test case, what we have to do it is enter the username with alphanumeric. Okay,
Okay.
okay. Username should be
Less than 10
yeah less than 10 characters.
character.
Okay. Example like this. This is the less than 10. So less than
Okay.
10, you will go with the minus 1. 10 minus 1, how much it is?
9.
9, 9, right? So which means 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So you have to provide the username like this. This is a less than 10. Now the another test case it is greater,
Greater than 20.
greater than 20. Okay. Something bigger number you have to provide here. Okay. And now enter the
Invalid.
user, enter another test case like this. Username be only 10 characters because it should accept 10, it should accept 20, and also it should accept in between, which means on the boundary. What is on the boundary? On the boundary is 10 or 20. Okay.
Hmm.
Out of the boundary is minus 10
Okay.
plus 20.
This first one enter the username alphanumeric. It should
This
not
is
pass. This is the
it,
second one. Enter the username, sir. Less than
it
10 characters.
yeah.
This one
See,
should
see,
not pass.
it will see it should pass actually.
Hmm.
See here what will happen actually. What you are doing, you go on mute, I'll tell you. I hear some other background. Okay, what I am trying to tell here, this will pass. Why it will pass? What it is telling actually, the expected result over here it is, it should not accept, oh, sorry, it should not accept less than 10. So which means if it is not accepting less than 10, right, it is a pass case. Understand,
No,
right?
it is.
No, no,
Okay,
no.
okay. Ha, ha, ha. Yeah,
It
I can
should be
understand.
between 10 to 20. 10 to 20.
10 to, see, it should accept 10 to 20, and at the same time, it should not accept less than 20 also. Okay. My intention it is, what I am telling here it is, don't accept the less than 20. Okay. So I am telling don't accept the less than 20. If it is not accepting, right, that is a pass. I am writing
Yeah,
the I am writing the negative test cases, but it should pass. Why? Because it is not accepting. If it is accepting less than 10 characters, right, it is a failure. You understand,
So
right?
we should for that we should write four five test cases for
You
this.
have to write.
So we should write negative test cases
Mm.
and positive test cases.
Mm.
Okay.
Exactly.
Um,
On the boundary, which is 10
hmm.
and 20. Out of the boundary, which is less than 10 and above 20. In the boundary. In the boundary is nothing but between 10 and 20. Like
Okay.
this, you have to
So
write.
how we will write the second? So between 10, enter the username alphanumeric using username should be
Between 10 and 20. 10 and
between
20
10 and
characters.
20 character. Okay.
That's it. That's it.
Okay. So if I tell this one right, then I can pass the
Ah,
interview. But I did
that's it.
not tell her right way.
Sir,
I
one
think
more test case, na? It's only the alpha, not numerical alphabet.
ah, it should accept either alpha or numeric. Okay. You can write a test case with only alphabetical, and you can write a test case with only numerics also. Two more test cases over here.
Yeah.
Because we need to test all the possibility scenarios. What are the possibilities? Only alphabets, only numerics, and combination of alphanumeric. Okay, these three test cases, and after that, valid test cases, which is it should be between 10 and 20. Invalid test case, which is less than 20. Another test case above 20. On the boundary, 10. On the boundary, one more 20. So like this, you have something around 6 to 7 test cases. It will come.
7 test cases total.
Yeah, like that it will come. Clear, right? Testing is nothing but very general. General in the sense like how we do, right? Okay, in general. So if you got a mobile, okay, what you will test first? Okay, whether the mobile is switching on or not, whether you can take the pictures or not, whether you can make a call or not, whether you can receive the call or not, whether the WhatsApp is working or not. So such type of testing you do, right, when you buy a mobile?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, same thing. Testing is nothing but same thing. Okay, you are checking the application whether it is working as per the client expectation or not. Where is the client expectation? It is there in the software requirement document. By using the document, we are writing the test cases and then we are executing the test cases. That's it. Everything is there on the document. We don't need to like put our efforts. Efforts in the sense only here. But suppose these things like on the boundary or these things, right? We have to put our mind over there. So what is on the boundary? What is in the boundary? What is out of the boundary? So like
It
that, we have
is,
to write the test cases.
sir, it is nothing but a boundary value analysis and equivalent partition. It will use in this case, sir.
Same. That is what we are discussing. Boundary value analysis is nothing
Okay.
but this one only. Equivalent partition is nothing but this one only. Boundary test cases
Okay.
are also nothing but this one only.
Okay. Means it will use in automation. How we will use that, sir? It will be coming in further classes. Means I heard that what is what, but I don't know how they will use in live.
In live, in the automation, see, in automation is nothing but there is no rocket science.
Mm.
What we do actually here in the automation, we are writing the test case for this guy. One more test
Mm.
case for this guy. One more test
Mm.
case for this. So how many test cases we are having total? Six. Just now we
Six
discussed. Total
tests.
six we have, right? Those
Yes.
six test cases we are automating, which
Okay.
means we are having six manual test cases, six automation test cases.
Mm.
How to write the automation test cases, you will come to know from the next week.
Okay,
Okay?
sir.
Yeah. Just come. Automation, you can forget for now. Okay? How to write it, I will tell you.
Mm. No, sir, I'm asking that only, sir. We use this boundary value analysis in means that one in this way. We will not
Yes.
use that minimum minus one, maximum minus one like that. Did you got boundary value analysis, sir? Minimum minus one, maximum minimum plus one,
That comes
maximum
under
minus one,
yeah,
maximum
that
plus.
comes under boundary values only, right?
Yeah.
The boundary values, equivalent partition, all these
Ah.
things are like a synonyms only. So there is no
Okay.
specific testing for that one.
Okay. Okay.
Equivalent partition is nothing but which is 10 and 20. Okay. Boundary values is nothing but minus 10
Mm.
plus 20. You understand, right? All are same. Okay. The names are
Uh,
different.
okay. The names are different, and we use this in the test cases. Not
Exactly.
in means while testing we will not use -1 +1 not. So
No, no,
we'll
no.
just it will useful in test cases.
Yes, we have
Mm.
to like write all the possible test cases
Mm.
for the boundary values or equivalent partition, whatever it is. Okay,
Okay.
we have to write
Okay,
all the
sir.
possible test cases and we have to execute them on the application. And remember, whatever we are writing the test cases, those things only we are executing on the application. Apart from that, you are not testing any beyond that one. If you are having 1000 test cases, you have to test only 1000 types of testing on the application. You are not doing the 1001 on the application. You got it right?
Oh, yes, sir.
Ah, so if I mean I'm telling to all actually, if you are written something around 1000 test cases, you have to execute only 1000 test cases on the application. Don't write the 1001 test cases. Don't execute the 1001 test case on the 1001 is nothing but which is not there in the test case, but still you are trying to execute it. That is a invalid. Normally it is called invalid, but sometimes it is valid. I will tell you why. Okay. So you have covered all the test cases in the 1000 test cases, but you have good amount of time. Okay. So executing the 1000 test cases are done. Okay. So you have given something around 10 days to execute the 1000 test cases. Okay. Within 8 days you have completed. How many days left? 2 days, right? In those 2 days, you cannot sit idle, right? Because you're getting paid. So that's the reason what you will do. You will do the out of box testing. That is called out of box testing. Out of box is nothing but you have written 1000 test cases. You may just you are doing some like random testing. Okay, that is called out of box testing. Out of box is nothing but which is not there in the document or which is not there in the test cases. Okay, you are doing which is the one which is coming in your mind at that moment. That is called out of box testing. You got it right? What I am telling? What is out of box testing? Which is not covered. Hello?
Yes, sir, I'm hearing.
Yeah, yeah. You people understand, right? Out of box is nothing but which is not covered in the test cases. That is called out of box testing. But very rarely we do the out of box. Very rare in the sense, very rare. Normally we are not having that much of time in the real time. Okay, we are always behind the time actually, running out of time always. Okay, to execute the 1000 test case only, it will take some time more than that, more than 10 days. Okay, very rarely we comes into that picture out of box testing. But I'm just telling, you may be having something in your mind, right? That's why I'm telling. Am I clear so far?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Shall we move to another topic? So we are done with the regression testing. So now defect tracking and reporting. I think we discussed already this one. We'll go with the high level. Okay. So what is defect track? Can someone read all these lines?
All the defects or bugs found during testing in logged and they are classified based on severity and priority. They are assigned to developers for fixing. Each defect found in logged and tracked to closure. Test summary reports shall be prepared containing the details like numbers of test cases, passed or failed, number of cycles of testing. Generally, test cases, loggings, and tracking tools are used for this purpose.
Yeah. So if you notice, what is the first point? All the defects are bugs found during testing is logged and they are classified based on the severity and priority, which means you are testing the application. How do you test? By using test cases. Okay. You are testing the application by using test cases. Okay. Whenever you are found any issue, you have to give some severity. Okay. You have to give some severity. What is the meaning of severity? So you have to tell. For suppose, I will give you one example. Okay. Now you tell me what is that comes under. So there is an automationpractice.com website. So Let it open. Just go on mute if you are not speaking, guys, please. Okay. So see here. And now what I am doing actually, I am giving some example. You tell me whether it is severity high or medium or low. I mean, I'm showing you some result. So there is a search here. I'm giving something hello. Okay. And then clicking on the search button. Clicking on the search button. So just imagine for the time being, I typed hello. It is showing hello only. Just imagine instead of hello, it is showing something different word, which is hell instead of hello, right? Assume that it is showing something like a hell. Okay. It is a failure, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
It
sir.
is a good. It is a failure. So now tell me, this failure is high severity or medium severity or low severity?
Low severity, sir.
One is low.
No.
Mm.
But what about others?
Hi.
High. Good. Next.
Hi, sir.
High. Two,
Hi, sir.
three. What about remaining two people?
No, sir.
Low. Low two. One more person is left. Who is that? Okay. So this is high issue. Okay. This comes under high issue. Why? Because you are giving some input and you're expecting some output. Okay. That is the functional testing. We discussed already. So, but what it is happening, you are giving some input, but that input has overwritten by hell. You have given hello, but it is showing hell actually. So that is absolutely wrong. Okay. This is comes under like a high priority issue. Okay. High severity issue you can call. Okay. High severity issue. This is called like a high severity issue, which is nothing but you're giving something and you're expecting something. Expectation itself, it is wrong. That is why it is high. Okay. Now I will show you another one. Okay. You will tell whether. So now I'm going back to the home page. So in the home page, if you notice, there is a contact us and there is a sign in. Can you see these two?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Contact us and sign in. So contact us is showing is a proper spelling actually. Just for the time being, I am changing this spelling actually. Let me do some magic on the. Yes. Okay. Can you see the spelling gone actually here? Does it showing
Yes.
contact us or it is showing some spelling error, right?
Spelling error.
Spelling error. Okay.
Spelling error.
Now tell me this comes under high prior like a high or medium or low issue.
Low priority, sir.
Low,
Low.
low,
Low, sir.
low.
Low priority. Very good. Okay. If I
Okay.
click on this, okay. If I click on this, let me see what will happen. I'm clicking on the open new tab. It is working fine. So which means it is working fine actually. But the problem it is spelling error. Okay. It's working fine, but the problem is spelling error. So it's called comes under cosmetics. Cosmetics is nothing but low priority. You people are right. And now just imagine there is a sign in here. Okay. There is a sign in here. Okay. Unfortunately, when the user is clicking on the sign in, it is not moving to that page. Now tell me what this comes under high or
High,
medium or
Hi. Hi.
high, high
high
priority.
prior high
High.
priority. Good. Why? Because without sign in, we cannot do anything. Okay. Cool. And now I'm going back to something else. So there is a let's go with like a medium. Okay. So there is a t-shirts here or dresses. Yeah. See, there is a dresses here. So when I place my mouse over here, okay, when I place my mouse over here, it is showing these three things. One, two, three. Okay. Assume that even though I place my mouse over on the traces, if it is not showing, okay, that comes under high or medium or low.
Medium.
Yeah, it comes under medium. I will tell you why. Okay, I am placing here. It is not coming. Just imagine. But if I click on this, if I
It
click on,
go on the next page, no?
if I click on this, I can see casual dresses, evening dresses, and summer dresses. I can see casual dresses, evening dresses, and summer dresses. I can see these three things. Okay, so there is a workaround. There is a workaround for this guy. Okay, so that's the reason it comes under medium issue. You understand, right? Medium issue is nothing but there is a workaround actually. See, if I place my mouse over here, it is showing casual, evening, and summer. Okay, so what I said, unfortunately, it is not showing here. So that's why when I click on this one, it is showing casual, evening, and summer. So there is a workaround, something is there. So that's the reason it comes under medium. Okay, so three types of issues: high, medium, low. Uh, uh, High, medium, and low. Now you got right. High is nothing but functional. Functional. What is the meaning of functional? You're giving some input and expecting some output. That comes under functional.
Functional.
What is non-functional? Alignments.
Spell.
Low.
Spelling
Align.
mistakes.
Yeah, that comes under non-functional. The one which you are doing something like this, you're giving some input and you're expecting some output, right? If it is not coming under that one, that comes under non-functional. Simple words. So now see here. What is the first step? All the defects or bugs found during testing logged, and they are classified nothing but these things: high or medium or low, classified based on the severity and priority. Remember guys, as per the testing standards, we go with the severity. We don't use the priority. Okay, you understand, right? As per the testing standards, we give only severity high or medium or low. Okay, we don't go with the priority. Priority is given by the developer. Priority is given by the developer. Okay, that is not our job. Okay, developer is thinking that it may be high issue or it may be low issue, it may be like a medium issue, because based on their coding standards they will give. We don't need to bother. We are concentrating only on the severity. Agree? You're
Yes, sir.
following, right?
Yes, sir.
Perfect. The next one, they are assigned to the developer for fixing. We know that one. Once we get our issue raised, right, what is happening actually, we are assigning to the developers. Okay, if you know the developer name, assign to the developer. If you don't know the developer name, assign to the development team manager. That's it. And now go to the next. Each defect found is logged and tracked closer. Nothing but whenever there is an issue found, okay, what you are doing, you are raising that one and you are tracking that one. So nowadays the advanced tools are available in the current market. You don't need to track actually. As soon as you open, you raise the issue, right? If someone is fixing that one, you will get an email. Okay, so and so person is fixed this issue which is raised by you. You will get an email actually. You don't need to tracking actually. So these things are done automatically. And now another one it is test summary report shall be preparing containing all the details like number of test cases passed and number of test cases got failed and number of cycles of testing is done. This is so normally we have to generate a report. You know, right? Report card. Normally like after exams in the childhood, right? Or childhood or intermediate or BTech or graduation. What we do, we are writing some exams. After exams, we are getting some report card stating that these many marks and how many pass and how many fail. Okay, like the same here also. If you are executing something around 100 test cases, how many pass under that one and how many fail under that one? That is nothing but summary report. That is nothing but test summary report. That comes under testing summary report. Okay, so summary report is nothing but which contains combination of pass test cases and fail test cases and total how many test cases are there. That is nothing but a summary report. And the last one it is generally test defects logged in and tracked in close. I'm sorry. Generally test defects logging and tracking tools are used for this purpose. Remember, To do all these things, severity, priority, or fixing, and all those things, right? There is one tool is available. The tool name is called Jira. Okay? The tool name is called Jira. Remember that. Okay. Am I clear? There is a tool
Yes,
name
sir.
called like Jira. The tool I am going to show you when we are ending the classes. Okay. That is a very simple tool. Okay. Because you can learn within 15 minutes. Okay. So now test execution. In the test execution, when to stop and when to start. Okay. So you just go with these three, four to five bullet lines. Okay. I'll come back in 3 to 4 minutes. I want to take a break actually to rest my throat for some time. Okay. I'll come back at 9:45. Hello. Seeing all of it.
Yes.
Yeah. So I think you might have read right by this time, or you want me to read? Tell me, man. Yes or no?
Testing is,
Yeah.
hello?
Can someone read? Yeah, one by one.
Yes, sir. Testing is done in rounds. Software passes to several, one second, several rounds before it
Before
gets released.
running. Yeah. Go ahead.
Testing is stopped when there are many major bugs and critical system errors. When further testing is not feasible. Testing is stopped when the system becomes unstable during test. When those critical errors are fixed and system is stable, the next round of testing is started. The test cases are executed all over again in each round.
Perfect. So what it is talking actually, ultimately, it is talking about the text execution, when to stop and when to start. These two things are it is discussing. Okay. So there are
Yes.
some bullet points I have given here. When to stop the testing. When to stop the testing in the sense we have to stop the testing once we get the release. In some cases, not all the cases actually. In some cases, what are those cases? We are going to discuss. So testing is done in rounds. Rounds is nothing but like a release 1, release 2, release 3. That is nothing but rounds actually. Okay. That is nothing but rounds. Okay. And software passes through several rounds before it get released. So we discussed yesterday. So how many releases are there? The total 10 rounds of testing is done after completion of the 10 different types of testing, and we are releasing the application to the client. So that is what it is telling actually. And next one, it is testing is stopped when there are many major bugs and critical system errors, when further testing is not possible, which means whenever there is a big issue, whenever there is a very major issue on the application, okay, and you are unable to do the remaining test case execution. Assume that you have to execute something around 500 test cases. Okay, you are able to execute 20 test cases. After that, you are unable to execute the remaining 480 test cases because of the major issue of the application. You understand, right? What I am telling?
So
Yes,
one
sir.
second.
Yeah. So 500 test cases were there. You are able to execute 20 test cases. From the 21 test case, you are unable to do because there is a very big issue in the application. Because of that
Okay.
one, you are unable to execute the remaining 480 test cases. So in
Okay.
that case, you have to stop the test case execution, which means you have to send out an email to your manager and development team manager stating that we are stopping the testing because of the a very big issue in the application. I will give some
Okay.
examples. What is a big issue? In the banking application, okay, you are trying to deposit some amount, okay, or transfer some amount to your account. Like someone is transferred something around like 10,000 rupees to your account. It is not showing the 10,000 rupees on your account, even though one person is sending to you. That is a big issue, right?
Yes, sir.
Without having funds, you cannot transfer to another account also, okay, and you are unable to receive the money also, okay. Without that one, you cannot do any testing in a banking. Banking is nothing but what is the core functionality of the banking? Receive the
Transfer
money.
and receive.
Ah, when that when that itself it is not working, you cannot execute the remaining test cases. Agree or not?
Yes, sir.
In that case, what we have to do?
Hello.
In that case, what we have to do?
Stop further test cases.
Perfect. As this is a very big issue, we have to stop the further test cases. And there is one more thing, which is login itself it is not working. Okay, login itself it is not working. When the login itself it is not working, what we have to do?
How can we purchase anything
With
after law?
you without login we cannot do anything actually. That is also comes under major issue. Okay, in that case we have to stop the test case execution. You got it right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
This is the one case. There's a one more case. One more case is testing is stopped when system becomes unstable during the test. Now you understand, right? Testing is stopped when the system becomes unstable. Unstable in the sense, normally we know, right? Stable and unstable. Stable is nothing but properly it is working fine. Unstable is nothing but not working properly. Yes or no? Okay. Unstable is nothing but sometimes it may work, it may not work. Okay. So what is happening actually on the applications? Sometimes application is behaving properly, sometimes application is behaving improperly. Okay. Sometimes application is working properly, sometimes application is not working properly. That is the one case, unstable in the sense. One more case it is when you click on the, for suppose there is an application here. Okay. So I am trying to click on the contact us. Okay. When I am trying to click on the contact us, it is loading within a second as of now. But if it is taking something around 5 minutes to load this page, does it stable application or unstable application? I am clicking on the contactors. If it is taking 5 minutes to load this page, do you call this is a stable or unstable?
Unstable
Hmm.
because it
Unstable.
required more time.
Yeah. So for all the pages, it is taking 5 minutes. Even if, when I click on the dresses, it is also taking something around 4 minutes. Okay. So that is not a good idea, right? It's a good behavior of the application. So this is also comes under unstable. Okay. So unstable in the sense it can be anything. Like sometimes it is working, sometimes it is not working, or else loading the page is taking more time. Okay. All these comes under unstable. Okay. In those cases also we stop the testing. In two cases, one is major bugs, another one is unstable. Agree? Clear,
Yes,
right?
sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. The next one it is when those critical errors are fixed and system is stable. Okay. The next round of the testing is started. So critical errors, nothing but this guy, this one. Okay. And system is stable, nothing but this guy. When these two issues are fixed, at that moment only we start the testing. Otherwise, we don't start the testing. We will sit idle, okay, until it get fixed. Got it? So whenever there is a big issues in the application, we have to stop the testing and we have to report to the development team, and then we have to stop the testing. Clear, right?
Yes, sir.
And with the last one, it is test cases are executed all over again in each round. Nothing but each round is nothing but release one, release two. Again, we are starting the testing once the issues are fixed. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yeah, good. And now, next one, metrics. Okay, metrics, guys. Remember, metrics. We are not going to develop all these metrics. This is done by the our manager. Nothing but testing the manager. So what it contains actually, testing metrics. You should know actually what is testing metrics. Just keep it in your mind. We don't need to do like a lot of things over here. Don't just remember what I am telling. Okay, testing metrics are done by the developer manager. Sorry, testing manager. So what it contains actually in the metrics? It contains number of test cases executed per day. Okay, in a day, how many test cases got executing? That is what he is capturing, he or she, and then number of test cases failed, total how many test cases got failed, and number of bugs reported, okay, for the failed test cases, and number of rejected bugs. You have reported something as a team, we all are reported something, and some things got rejected, and how many got rejected, and number of persons working on the test plan during the month. Nothing but whenever we are planning on anything, right, how many persons are working on that one, and total effort spent on test execution in person hours. Okay, each person how much time they have spent in the testing. Okay, that is also calculated by the manager. And then average time taken to find a problem categorized by the priority. If there is any problem, right, in the application, what is the average time to rectify that one? That is what he is discussing. Okay, all these things, remember. Okay, all these things, okay, will be done by the who? Our manager. Okay, he will take care of all these things, how many test cases executed and how many pass and how many fail, how many bugs reported, how many rejected are there. Okay, how many people are working on the test plan. Okay, and he by each person how many person is working. So all these things will be metrics maintained by the our manager. Okay, we don't need to bother. Agree?
Yes, sir.
Am I clear here so far? Any doubts?
No, sir.
No, right? Perfect. I think you all are following. Prakash, I don't hear anything from you nowadays.
No, sir, I'm hearing.
You're getting right. Excellent.
Yes, sir, I'm getting.
Balakrishna, Deepti,
Yes, sir.
people are following, right?
Yes, yes.
Perfect, perfect. So, the next one. The next one it is, we'll complete this one today. Yeah. Good test engineer. Okay. You may be thinking, sir, do we have any bad test engineer? Yes. If you are not following all these things, right? Okay. If you are following all these things, you will become a good test engineer. If you are not following any single of this one also, you will become a bad test engineer. Okay, you have to follow all these characteristics. Okay, I will tell you what are all those things. Okay, and can someone read this guy? A good test engineer has to test to break attitude, which means as a good test engineer we have to break the application. Yes or no? What we have to do?
Yes.
We have to break the application. Why we have to break the application? Because because our job is to break the application actually. Yes or no? Testing is nothing but we have to check whether the application is working properly or not as per the client expectation. And at the same time, if any hacker is coming and doing some nonsense on the application, okay, even though he's doing nonsense on the application, he or she should not get the any hints on the application. So that's why we have to think like a customer, client, and as well as hacker. Try to break the application in all the aspects. Okay, and then report the issues to the developer, and then developer is fixing that issues. That's why our attitude should be like a we have to break the application. Got it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, next one it is an ability to take the point of the view of the customer. I am always telling we have to think like an end user or else like a customer. Okay, whenever we are testing the application, don't think like you are a tester. In some cases you have to think like a tester. In some cases you have to think you have to be like a hacker. In some cases you have to be like a customer or end user. Then only you will test it properly. And the next one it is tact and diplomacy for maintaining a cooperative relationship with the developers. This is important actually. Why I am mentioning this one it is we are always fighting with the development team. Remember, we are always fighting with the development team. Why? Because developers are developing the application. As a tester, we are testing the application and we are finding the issues. Whenever we are reporting any issues, right? Developers are always thinking that negative on us. Yes or no? Even in your home also, even though you do the right thing, if someone is pointing you in your home, you will be angry, right? In the home or in the outside or in the relationship. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So, like the same here also, developer is always thinking that I am right. But tester is not thinking about the developers. He is always thinking about the customer and end user. That's why we report the issues to the developers. As per the client expectation, it is not working properly. We keep on raising the issues. So that's the reason they are always like a angry on us. Irrespective of they are angry or we don't bother actually. Because the developer is not paying money. Who is paying money? Client. Okay. Ultimately, who needs to be happy? Client, right?
Client.
So that's why we are always thinking about the client, not about the developer. Developer may be will be here or not here. He may be resigned. The new person will come, but client is always one person. So that's why we always having the like lot of Tom and Jerry. Normally it's called like Tom and Jerry between developer and tester. So even though they are angry on us, but we have to not angry on them. We are always need to be as keep smile on our face, and then we have to talk to them. Don't be angry on. Okay, even they are angry, right? You have to convince them. No man, this is what happening actually. That's why I'm reporting that issue. Okay, that's why like tactics and diplomacy I have mentioned here. Okay, and cooperative relationship with the developer. And the next one it is an ability to communicate with both technical, nothing but developers, non-technical, nothing but customers and people. So, which means as a tester, we are working with the developers and also we are working with the clients, nothing but customers. Okay. Whenever we are talking with the developers, right, we always need to talk with the technical things. And also, whenever we are communicating with the customers, right, we are customers are non-technical, right? So that's why we always need to talk like a functional thing. So which means as a tester, we are connecting to the multiple people like developers and as well as customers. Okay. The type of ability we should have, the type of communication skills we should have. Okay. And the next one. Previous software development experience can be helpful. So this is normally it is not required for you. If you are having the previous software development experience, right? At that moment we can find the more issues. Okay, but it is not required because you all are non-IT background. I mean, some people are IT background, but there people are not having the experience. This is not required for you. And the next one it is judgment skills are needed to assess high risk areas of an application on which to focus testing efforts when time is limited. Okay, this is nothing but when this will come only when you are having at least 1 year of experience on the application. Whenever you're having the 1 year of experience in the application, right, or 2 years or 5 years, right, at that moment you will get the judgment skills on the application like okay, this application is, so whenever there is a like a issue found, okay, immediately you will get okay whether there is a real issue or not. How you will tell actually? When you're having the more experience on the application, at that moment only you will get the judgment skills on the application. So that's why to get these judgment skills, you should work on the application at least minimum 1 year. Then only you will say that you are having a very good judgment skills. And the next one it is notice little things that others may ignore. See symptoms, not a bug. Nothing but normally sometimes people may be missing actually. Okay, we need to catch that one. Okay, if you are a senior, right? Okay, these two. Okay, these two. If you are a senior, you have to do all these things. This is completely not required for you. I told you. Okay. And the next one it is Good testers uses files, databases, and other things, okay, which is nothing but whenever as a good tester what we do actually, we are maintaining some files. Actually files are nothing but test cases, or it can be some data, okay. All those things normally we maintain before we test the application. It's not like that, it's not a fighting right on the application. Before you do the testing on the application, you have to prepare yourself, okay. You have to prepare yourself keeping some files, and every application is having some database, connect to the database and keep your files and start the testing, okay. Like that we have to, as a good test engineer, we have to do like that, then only we can achieve more on the testing actually, okay. And the next one, it is testers are fundamentally honest and incorruptible, okay. You know, right, what is the meaning of honest and incorruptible? Because everyone listeners, okay. Who is the gatekeeper? We are the gatekeepers of the application, yes or no? What is the meaning of gatekeeper actually? What is the watchman duty actually normally? If the watchman is allowing any person inside of the apartment, which is nothing but watchman verified that guy, okay, and then he is allowing into the apartment, which means he is the gatekeeper, yes or no? Okay, he is a gatekeeper, and he is sending the person inside of the apartment, which means nothing harm with that person. If the watchman is find something harm with that guy, right, he don't allow, right? Yes or
Yes,
no?
sir.
Okay, like the same, we are also we are also like that only to the application. If we say as a tester, if you say this is working fine, there is no one will test after that one. You are the only one person for that application or module, whatever it is, okay. As a team, if you are having 5 people, right, if you 5 people are telling that this application is working fine, it is nothing but application is working properly. Remember that, okay. People are trusting us, that's why we always need to be honest. If someone is asking this is working or not, if we say working, right, it is nothing but 100% it is working fine. We are not supposed to tell lies. You understand, right? We are not supposed to tell
Yes.
lies. And the last but not least, which is patience. Patience is the key thing for us. Why I am telling patience is the key thing for us? Because we discussed, yesterday, right, we discussed, if you notice here, if you see my screen, you can see, right, the total test cases. Every time it is increasing, yes or no?
Yes.
Every time it is increasing actually, okay. So you will feel that every time you are doing the repetitive job, right, in each and every release,
Yes.
yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay, if you are doing the repetitive job, you will get bored or not?
Yes, sir.
But to do that job only, we are getting money, yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So we need a patience. We need a patience actually, okay. Without patience, if you are testing, right, you cannot achieve anything actually. So that's why as a tester we should have more patience. As a tester we should have more patience, remember that. Agree?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, this is the most important thing. So yeah, this is also done, right. And the next one, it is there are some testing rules, okay. We'll discuss that one tomorrow. We are having some set of testing rules actually, okay. So we have to follow all these testing rules, okay. So now now you all people are like a good test engineers after listening all these things, right. You become like a good test engineer. Now while testing, there are some testing rules are there, okay. So what are the testing rules, we'll discuss tomorrow. And after that we will discuss some different types of testings, okay.
Okay, sir.
So
Okay, sir.
I see still few people supposed to send the test cases, okay. Please write the test cases and send it to me. I will review all them once after completion of this testing rules and once after completion of this testing types. Okay, we'll sit together. I will ask you to write the test cases. Okay, in front of me also. Okay, so yeah, that's it, guys. Any questions to ask
Sir,
before we leave? Yeah,
We should write the test cases, sir.
yeah. Please write the test cases on any application. Okay,
Okay,
any
okay, sir.
application. Automationpractice.com or BigBasket, Amazon, Flipkart, whatever it is. Take any one module, write the test case.
sir,
Okay, sir.
Yeah, Prakash.
sir, you explained at the starting of the class about the alpha numerics. Sir. About
Today's
alpha numerics.
Acha, alphanumeric, right? You're asking?
Yes, sir. Yes. Will you please repeat
Okay,
it again? Sir?
okay. Just to hold on. What I will do it is try to show dynamically otherwise. Mm, Okay. So if you notice here, can you see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I am trying to create the account of the Gmail with something like Santosh 888 something like this. It is already taken. Something like I'll go with this is working fine. If you notice here, this name is valid. This is comes under alpha and as well as numeric. Alpha is nothing but alphabeticals. Numeric is nothing but the numeric numbers. Okay. So this is
Yes,
working
sir.
fine. Why? Because if you notice, how many characters are there for this guy? Total 16, I think. 16 are there total. Okay. So by any chance, if I will type only Santosh or else I'll go with SANTU shortcut name. So if you notice what it is telling actually between 6 and 30, which means make sure that the minimum Gmail address is 6 characters and the maximum it is 30. Okay, which can contain alpha and numeric. Okay, now you can write the test cases like this. The first test case it is okay, create an account using alphanumeric between 6 and 30. That's the first test case, which is a valid one. And the second test case it is create an account using only 6 characters. That is second test case. And third test case it is create an account using 30 characters. Fourth test case it is create an account less than the boundary. Okay, nothing but with 5 characters. And the fifth test case it is create an account above the boundary, which is nothing but 31 characters.
31.
Yeah, these many test cases you can write for this one. This is called boundary values, equivalent partition. You can call anything. Okay.
Okay.
What are the boundaries here? Two boundaries. The minimum boundary is 6, maximum boundary
6
is
and maximum 30.
30. This is how you have
Sir,
to.
sir, 1 minute. Alphanumeric is nothing but if the customer will come, I want to log in my username there should be alphanumeric, and means we can give only numeric, we can give only alpha, we can
You
take
can
that
you
requirement
can
is like that.
yes, yeah. If the client is okay with only numeric and only alpha and a combination of alpha and numeric, right? It is good. Okay.
Means
So
I'm
if
not no sir, not that is not my question. If a customer will come in SRS document, there you the in the document there will be written as the username should accept alphanumeric. So
okay,
means nothing but a combination of alpha and numeric. Okay, right?
yes.
Okay,
Mm.
that's what my question. We can based on that we should write the test cases.
Exactly. And in the requirement document, right, they will clearly mention alphanumeric is nothing but only alpha. They will also mention user can create the username with only alphabetical also. User can create the username with alpha with numeric also. User can
Okay,
create the user with only numeric also.
okay.
Okay. If the customer is mentioning these things, right, then we can go. If you notice here, I can go like this. Santosh with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, something number I have given. It is working fine. By any chance, if I do reverse this one, see, cut this guy, keep it in the front, still it is working. It is also accepting numerics with alphabetical. For suppose if I remove this, I am going with only numeric. Okay. What it is telling? Sorry, username of 8 or more characters must include at at least one alphabetical. This is a requirement of the Gmail. What is the requirement of the Gmail? You can have sorry, you can have n number of numerics, but at least one character should be there. If I put a at the end, it will valid. See this, which means only numeric you cannot do. What it is, what they are telling, at least one character should be there, one string character. Okay, all these things will be mentioned in the requirement document. We don't need to bother actually. They will mention clearly. Okay, either you can go with only numeric or not. So you can check in the document, the requirement document.
So we write the test cases. So in test cases, there is a valid test case, invalid test case, like that. In tests, that is the
Yes,
steps. So
invalid also nothing but valid only. Invalid is
okay.
nothing but this one, right? If you are trying to like
Uh,
create an account with only numerics, it should not take that one. Why? Because at least one character should be there to create the account. Okay. In that case, if it is working properly, right? Working properly is nothing but if it is not taking the only numerics to create the account, it is a pass test case. In the invalid, it is a pass. You understand, right?
yes, sir.
It is invalid test case, but it is pass. Why it is pass? It is not taking the only numerics.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Understand. So in
Because
test
we
cases,
expected that result, no?
Yes.
so we you used to write the test cases. I thought, see, I thought that okay, log in with the username with alphanumeric with this many letters, like that. There will be steps like this only. Beside that, if it will accept, okay, valid. If not, it is invalid. That I thought there will be only two steps, two or
Yes.
three steps. So there are so many steps. Means negative testing, positive. We should write test cases like negative testing, positive testing, boundary value analysis. Everything should be involved in the test cases.
Perfect. In
Okay.
multiple test cases.
Multiple test cases. We should write
Yeah.
multiple test
Yeah.
cases
Each
for.
test case is a different feature.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
Thank you, sir.
so,
Yeah,
so
Prakash.
at sometimes if you enter a username, it says it's already taken. Try another username, and we should write the test case for that only.
That is only one test case is fine. Make sure that username is not write the valid username. Just mention that one because it is already taken, right? So
It's
when it is already taken, you cannot create that account. You have to write one test case for that one.
if you said like that, if you start with numerics or alphabet, it doesn't matter. It's just we have to. There are 8 numerics for for one alphabet. You said like that once.
Yes, you can do like that also. Yeah.
So how many test cases should we write, sir, for this one?
This one, it is we have so far we have taken 6 test cases, right? Now there is a
Uh,
one more test case. Why? Because which is minimum of 8 and plus one character, right? So this is one more test case, 7 test cases now.
7 test cases.
Yeah.
Yes,
I
sir.
suggest to do one thing. Yeah, I mean today's homework is take this one because we spend lot of time, right? So write a
Uh,
test case for this guy. Okay.
okay.
I will review that one tomorrow.
Okay.
If anyone interested, right, please write the test cases and I will review that one tomorrow. Not anyone actually. I suggest to write all. Okay. I'm requesting to all write the test cases for this one. Gmail is the best one, right? Try to create an account in the Gmail using that steps.
Yes.
Yeah. That's it, right?
Sir, we should write 7, sir.